Hey, you guys, it's Candice, Trinice, and Fee, and this is BGB. And today we are going to be talking about the premiere show of Black Monday.
Black Monday, yes. Premiering on Showtime. And the reason that I know I wanted to watch it is because of the cast.
Yes.
I saw Don Cheadle. I wasn't really
That's the
excited
only
about him.
person I know.
I saw
actually
Regina
like
Hall.
Oh, Regina.
That's who really got me. And I was like, I gotta support her.
Yeah,
Support Baby
I
Sis.
feel her.
Now, it's not that I don't like Don Cheadle. He's just not somebody I'm like, I gotta see what he's doing.
Oh.
It's like, okay, if he's in it, that's fine. But, you know, whatever. And when I first watched this, I hated it. Like the beginning, until the last 3 minutes of the show, I was like, I'm not watching this.
all of us. Yeah, well, we watched it together.
Not all of us. We watched it together.
Oh, I was gonna say because I was sitting there like they want me to really watch this show. But yeah, like the last few minutes of the show. So you all that plan on watching it, you know, first of all, pause us, and then go watch it, and then come on back. But yeah, it was just like, oh God, another show that I'm not gonna like, But, however, I'm still not all the way on board yet. But I did like the last, few moments. So, if you're watching it, go ahead and watch it through. Give it a chance, or this may be the show for you, So, I mean, we're only critics. So, we're just trying to help you out here, with these things. So, how do you all? Well, I already share how I feel. So how do you all feel about the show?
I shared that I hated it up until the last couple minutes. You didn't.
I actually like this show. So from the very beginning, it started off with somebody being thrown off the roof.
She's like, "How could you not like this? It caught me there. You had me at the throw out the window."
So, I just think that. Sorry, you guys know I've been coughing since last year. I think that it just throughout the show was kind of trashy, but I like trashy shows, like just real raunchy, a lot of cursing. I like the fact that Regina Hall was a part of the boys' club, but
yeah, I
felt like she had to be a little extra crass, in order to be a part of it. But I feel like, unfortunately, that's one of the things that comes along with being part of the boys' club. Just gotta be one of the homies.
Outboy the boys.
Yeah, I found it so interesting that every time I went to go Google this show, at the end of just about everything that I Googled, it kept on saying the limousine Lamborghini.
The Lambo Limbo. That was hilarious.
I was just like
the Lambo limo.
I was just like, I mean, is that the whole punchline of the show? Like, really? I mean, I guess back then it was such a big thing.
It was.
So
it was a big thing.
I mean, it was.
It's also big on contradiction as well.
Because he was saying it had none of the luxury of a Lamborghini and none of the comfort of a limo. So basically, you riding around and it's just for name and you're not enjoying it.
Yeah.
Because
just how to get in it was just ridiculous. Anyway, so a little bit about the show. I'm sure that they're going to totally elaborate because this is all that I know about the show. Is that it's about the stock market crashing. It happened in what year?
87.
87. I was going to say 1987. They say that it's the worst stock market crash.
What were you doing that year?
What were you? October 19th, 1987.
I don't know. Probably dancing somewhere. It's like, I don't know.
I don't even know what that means.
Bands that make her dance.
Hey. But I don't know, guys. I have to do the math.
She was probably still out celebrating her birthday.
I definitely was. I definitely was, because once my birthday hits, people, let this be known, Phoebe's birthday is October the 5th. From October the 5th until the end of the month, I celebrate. So you can send me something anytime you want, honey. Just let y'all know.
But don't try to throw a surprise party because she's going to ruin
it.
it.
My God. It is not that serious. I did not try to ruin it.
It's going to be canceled quicker than the show.
I totally didn't even ruin it. I totally didn't. I didn't even know.
I'm not about to do this. I'm not going to do this. We're a mixed company. I'm going to save y'all from having to deal with it.
All right. Anyway. So, yeah, it was the worst stock market crash ever. I want to say that I think that it went from like 65 million to 181 million. Like it jumped and it fell so quickly, so drastic. And I really don't know too much about stock market, so as I was reading stuff and they was really elaborating, I was like it was like a foreign language. You know how you try to learn something like French, because French is like the worst. So it's like I can't even pronounce this. So
It's like the worst. What?
it really was. But I was like, oh, this seems just so interesting. But what I find even more interesting is when I started to read it, I said to myself, even though they said that it was the worst in history, I wonder what's going to happen now. Now, I'm talking about now as in 2019. Current.
Present
Yeah,
day.
yeah. Because we're not looking too good at this moment. So, that was my take on it. How do you all feel?
I mean, that is definitely true. And when I was watching the show, the one thing, like you said, is I don't know much about trading and Wall Street and things like that. So anybody out there that does know, they can educate me on a very basic layman's level.
Probably can ask.
Mackin?
Friend of the show.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh, that's what I
probably.
thought too.
Yeah. So
And I actually have stock. That's the sad part about it. It's making good money.
that's good. That's good. That's good for you. Don't put it in Mo's hands. But so when I was watching it, like I've always been detached from what happened because every time I see them telling a story, it's about all these white people. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, black people had to struggle for a very long time. We had to make ends meet without, like, they're crying over money that they lost that was in the hundreds, thousands. Black people got to stretch a $200 check till kingdom come.
Scratching and surviving.
Exactly. So that's
Good
why
times.
I just never felt like I saw myself in the stock market or in trading and things like that. And of course, as time changes and you get more knowledge, you understand where you can fit in or where you did fit in, because we had it was a Black Wall Street and all this history that I'm looking into. But anyway, so when I first started watching it, the style is what got me. Mm-hmm. And when they did throw the guy off the roof, I was like, I need to know what's happening. I need to know what's going on. And that's really, like, from the beginning, I was like, why? And then when they started going into the story, I was like, okay. And then I fell out because it was so raunchy and so trashy. I was like, ugh, Regina, come on. And then when I found out she was one of the boys, I was like, oh my God, what's going to be the saving grace? Seeing Kadeem Hardison in it, though.
Yes, he been getting them roles.
Well, because somebody ruined Love Is.
I know.
I'm not going to talk about it. I'm not going to talk about it.
Maybe they could just get some other people to write it.
So
I think the problem is that it was written.
yes, I think that is the problem, yes. But so when that started happening, I was like, I'm trying to understand this show because I don't understand the topic that they're discussing. Mm-hmm. I don't like how they're expressing it. I did like the style because I think, like, 80s, late 80s, early 90s is a really cool, like, expressive time. And I think they were trying to do that, put us back in that feel. So I like the look of the show. But I was like, and it's just really, like, I mean, basically, the cause of the crash is unknown to this day. So this story is all fiction. Is basically what they're saying could have been a potential reason that the stock market crashed. And that's important to know. So it's not factual.
It could be the truth. You never know.
I was going to say, because they did say in one of the things that basically pretty much that they're saying that it's truth, but we ain't gonna say. But we know the facts. That's what they're saying. I'm like, oh. So that's what's really honestly going to make me watch it. Just because I'm being nosy and I just want to know. Like,
being nosy?
Yeah, I just want to know.
That's true.
Is it our fault or theirs? It's like, no. No, I just want to know who it is. I just want to know. I don't think it can be one single person. I think that.
The chain of events.
Yes, that led to it. I really want to know. I'm very interested. That's the only reason why, honestly. And hopefully it'll catch me more, once I start seeing more stuff happen. And that it'll reel me in and be like, oh, yeah, there's
so much coke in the show.
So much coke. It was like powder. It almost, I'm not going to say that. But you know how some people put powder or like when you bump into them. I know. That's what I was going to say. And I didn't want to say her name. And I was just like.
It's not me. I'm just upset about it.
As soon as you go to hug them, you start coughing like Candace.
Boom. Why?
I think that I don't know. In seeing the end, I don't know if coke was the norm.
Oh. I mean, I thought during that time, like, I thought with people that had money, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
but
what I
I'm
thought.
talking about. So, to my understanding, and I know a few Caucasians, and that's where most of the coke epidemic was.
Mm-hmm.
Until they brought it to the ghetto.
And then they was giving
Blamed us
people
for it.
heroin.
Oh, girl, yeah.
But in the business world, that's like a seal a deal drug, not like before I go do this kind of drug.
So it's like celebratory
And-
only. It's like
yeah,
champagne.
and I mean, you said like what is it?
Champagne. Like Coke and champagne.
Or just just Coke instead of champagne,
Oh, just Coke.
Coke and water,
Oh, okay.
a little H2O with the rest of your chemicals. But my point in seeing the end, how we see how it was specifically plotted to bump into him with that. I feel like while it may have been a thing, I don't know if it was.
Oh, like
A
widely
thing like
accepted thing.
I mean, I secretly accepted, yeah, but like I'm giving you
out
this
in public. Yeah.
for your birthday. Like
Right.
Yeah, that was
I just.
and that was a lot of Coke too.
That's
I mean,
what
right,
I'm
that's what
saying.
I'm saying.
It's
Price
so
must
much.
have been dirt cheap.
That's too much. That's just way too much Coke.
You
like,
guys, it was like a sandwich bag, a little bit taller.
and now they were having a party later, and while that could have been the party Coke, like everybody
they were
had a
acting like it
line
was for
laid up
him.
on. Right, that's what I'm
Line
saying.
leader.
So it's just I don't know if that was necessarily as real. And while obviously some of these things are jokes on this show, like
Yeah,
Right.
it is a
they
comedy.
are- right? So is it because you said
It
yeah?
said it did. It
is
said
a
something comedy.
All right.
Come on now.
I'm just saying you said
That
TNSU was a rom
was a
com.
rom-com.
That was not a rom com.
We're not gonna get into that, but it was.
The facts, we'll get into it.
Okay.
And they know it's not a rom com. But yeah, so while a lot of things in here are funny, I think that and just looking that up, I feel like it just wouldn't be real.
Like I feel like a lot of the stuff would be a little bit more discreet. I feel like Coke was definitely in the room. It was definitely a part of their whole setup and whatever. But I think that what ended up happening is that, like you said, they elaborated on it a little bit more. But I think that it definitely probably back in the day was just a little bit more undercover because you didn't really want nobody to know. You know what I'm saying? Especially as a businessman that you
especially
know
as
that
a
you're
black man.
right, that you're doing all that Coke like that. But
They did call out Mayor Barry.
oh,
Because you was like, oh my God, can they say that?
yeah, I was like,
And
is there legal
apparently-
ramifications?
Because
to
I
this?
looked him up, and apparently he got in trouble because he was this great black man
He
in
was.
the community.
He really was.
But apparently he got in trouble because he was seen on tape doing coke and asking prostitutes for sex, apparently. And I was like, well,
I
is
just
this
couldn't believe that
funny
they
or
brought it
what?
up in the show. That's what I'm saying. So it's it's some stuff that's in this show that is actual and factual.
it was hilarious.
Still, I
And
choose
to-
you.
To actually know, like, that's I didn't know about that, so I learned something. There we go,
Mm-hmm.
learning. The like I said, the one thing that got me to watching it is the cast and Regina
And I
Hall.
just wonder how much that Coke costs. Like
It,
was
it,
so much.
it definitely didn't cost as much as it costs now. Now,
But
right
even
now,
still-
it would be millions of dollars. But then, even in the show, he
Maybe
was
not
flaunting
millions.
around.
Exactly.
He
You
was
doing too much.
He was flaunting. Definitely, at least
Yeah.
would have been,
Millions?
at
It's not
least-
millions.
Maybe it would have been 100,000.
Mm.
Definitely. That was a lot of Coke. That definitely
It
would have
was
been
a lot of Coke,
100,000.
but you went too
100.
far.
I
You
mean,
said
I was
millions?
when I said millions, yeah. But it definitely okay. No, all right, bet it was definitely at least about 50,000, at least.
I mean,
And the way
I
that
can
he
get
was
behind
talking
that.
about throwing away money,
Yeah, he was talking about that robot and
Yeah,
the
for like
Lambo limo. Like,
50,000.
he was very cavalier and careless with money.
yes.
and it's my thing. Like, once again, to speak to this, not
We're
just
talking about
not
the
being
character
real.
mode, guys.
We gonna get into it. Yeah.
This was someone who gave him this for his birthday. Like, nobody spent that much money on you and your Coke for
Collectively,
your
they
birthday.
did.
I was gonna say
They're number
yeah.
11. And the funniest thing that he said was, "We're 11." They're like, "Yeah." He was like, "No, that's one too many." And I was like, "It's true. Because if you're 11, you would be one twice." Anyway, So yeah, we need to get into the characters so y'all understand who we're talking about. You
Yeah.
got the-
Well, yeah, because I only care about technically
Three
three
of
of these characters,
We all
and then we're
do.
gonna talk about one that was definitely
she was
so
mad.
disgusting. So we have Mo. I hate to say it, which is the black guy, the main character.
Played by Don Cheadle. Guys.
Thank you, because they know the real names. Okay. We have Blair.
Blair Faft. Yo, they kept saying he had a lady's name, and it was hilarious. He was like, "What?" He was like, He said something like Rachel, the Jewish name, the
Right.
girl Rachel. He's like, "Oh yes, the girl name. That's
Oh,
you.
God.
Only girls named Blair." Now he started calling all these Blairs. I was like, the only Blair I know is Blair Underwood.
Underwood. Yeah. And I think did they mention his name in it?
No, there's
They-
only like
they-
white people or somebody.
Oh,
Are
I
you
feel like
sure
they.
didn't?
I
think
feel like they did.
I
He
didn't
said
hear.
his name.
Because
You
I was
said
like,
Underwood?
ooh,
I
they,
think he said. I think he said his name first.
yes. I'm almost positive. Okay, and then
I
we
hear
have Dawn. We have Dawn, which is
Not Cheadle.
Oh yes.
oh yes, Dawn
Dawn.
Darcy, which is the woman,
Regina
which is
Hall.
Regina Hall,
Yes.
whom we love.
And
we haven't said
the
it enough.
Georgina sister is very important as well.
The who?
daughter.
Oh yes, the guys you talking about?
No,
The
the girl who is Blair's.
oh yes,
Fiance.
yes.
Is
Okay.
she really though?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
he
So-
proposed her.
Well,
Did he get that job?
He got the
He
job.
got the
with,
job.
with Miles. I mean, with Mo.
With
But I'm
Mo.
saying we didn't. Did we see him go back to her? Because the last thing we saw was
We
her.
did. We
yeah, he did go back
breaking
to her.
his.
No, he went back.
He
He,
went
got on
back.
one
He
knee.
got
And he
on one
opened
knee.
the what you call it?
Oh,
And he was like, "Babe, I got the job." So,
No, it was all in slow motion because that's when we saw the wheels that were turning in Mo's head.
oh yes.
So it was no sound,
Because,
but she was
okay.
excited about it.
So and then we talking about
And her
this,
parents came
this
over?
ignorant guy, which is Ronnie, that put his penis on someone's shoulder. It was very disturbing. We literally had to roll it back. Like, is this what really happened on this show like this?
because she
But-
wasn't disturbed enough the first
I
time.
know, right? Let me disturb
I just-
myself again.
I just wasn't sure. I was like, maybe I'm just seeing things, and I wear glasses, but I just wasn't sure. So, and then we have Georgina and
Sister. She's a
the sister.
Is she?
And then we have the two guys. I cannot
Yes,
remember their name
remember
that
at the
he
end,
that he
they
wanted to
said-
get that he had to buy the stuff
brothers.
from.
The
The
Lehman
brothers, the
brothers.
two brothers, the Lehman brothers. Is
I
that what they're
believe.
called? Okay, so
said she
those
was
are
a
kind of like the
Georgina
main
sister.
characters. They have plenty of other characters, you guys, that you can look forward to seeing, and maybe they will be much more involved in the show. But these were the characters that we cared about. However, now we hope that you listened to us at the very beginning when we told you to pause us and go watch the show. So at the very end,
She about to ruin it. Wait, we didn't even get through like the look.
okay, go ahead.
You said that
Regina's.
first.
I can hold
I'm
it.
talking about that dress. I'm talking about that dress. That dress
The green one.
was that pink one that
Oh,
they
pink.
she
It was
was
pink.
wearing to the party.
Oh yeah. Oh, with the sleeves. Now I
Yes.
did wear dresses like that.
See, I
I'm
said
sorry.
that you was like, that's too old for me.
But it was very old because my sleeves were attached. Like hers were made separate. So she had a here and it was not connected.
Yeah, and it was so weird. I was like, what?
Yeah. Because that was for people that sometimes, we didn't like our arms, the shape, whether sometimes like small women or whatever, they didn't like their arms, so they would get the bubbles because it,
To
looked
draw
more
more
fancy.
attention to the
Mhm.
arms that they didn't like.
Yes, it
Oh,
was
that's
smart.
No, because it gave them more body.
It would look more fancy and stuff.
Why
So,
would you want-
that
because
was
if
just,
they were small,
Yeah.
then it's kind of like when you create curves.
right.
So it gave them like when they have thin hair and they tease it.
Yeah,
To make it bigger?
Oh, I used to tease the mess out of my. Oh my god,
We're not gonna go down memory lane tonight.
I used to tease, and I did this. I don't know if y'all remember this, but we used to slick our hair back a little bit and
We
create a
don't
hump,
remember it actually.
No, we
a
don't.
hump,
We don't
and we used to
remember.
stuff in our hump. Oh, I'm gonna wear it one day. I'm
Please
gonna wear it in
don't
a
do
French
it.
roll. Do you all remember a French roll?
No, I only know a
Yes,
cinnamon roll.
you know French roll.
You definitely know French roll. That is not that old.
I didn't notice what it was called.
Yeah.
Well, this says that she is an heiress, so that probably would mean that she's a child of.
But he said that the Georgina sisters have the stock, and that's why he's getting close
Mm-hmm.
to him because the Georgina sister will give her share.
To
And
him.
the twin brothers
by
said
marriage, they
that
probably-
you have
By Mary
to.
Jane.
They will never sell their share in it.
Now, what
So
could
he's
happen
getting him
is
in the business.
what
I
could
get it.
happen
I'm just
is
saying that she's technically an heiress, and her connection, like you're calling her sister. I'm just saying, don't get that confused with her actually being the sister of.
No,
Oh,
because
oh,
it's
okay.
a sister group of them. He has to get one of the sisters on their side, and that's why he called them the Georgina sisters.
I get it. I'm literally just saying, don't think that she's a sister because the people that own it, the Georgina stock, she's an heiress to that company, not like sister like.
No, they're actually related.
Yes, they're related, but she is not
A actual sister, maybe cousin
It's-
or
she
aunt
had
or
to be an heiress. Okay.
well, it could be passed down. So I kind of want to say that I think that what may happen. I'm just saying that some type of way, in order for him to get that, she would have to die.
No, if he marries in, then they share, right? I would assume.
I don't know if that's an
Yes.
automatic thing.
Well,
It is.
he's assuming that,
It is.
Unless I'm sure that they had prenups and stuff back then.
but I'm sure
I'm
they
sure
not
she didn't
signing
sign one. I have someone right now that I know that is going through court litigations over their passed away father's home, and his wife is still living, so she has a share in it. Her the daughter and her sister and her brother, they all have a part, but because the son is married, the son's wife also has a share in it, and she gets that because they're married. Now, if they were divorced, she wouldn't have that share any longer, but she's able to have a share and sell it now in order to have them, the children, have the majority of the house.
That's interesting. It's very interesting.
So yeah, she gets a part. I mean, he gets a part of it.
So he's going to
because
be friends him
connected.
very closely because we start. I think in a preview or something, we see them kind of hanging out or whatever.
Befriend him or just put
he
him
literally
down with a
said-
job. Like,
Well, he getting them a
this is
job,
his-
but I'm saying
what I'm saying, it's not just a job. He has a whole opportunity with him because he made it so that he could take everything away from him, and now it's like, I'm giving you an opportunity. So now this man feels indebted to him, and because he did that, he's going to get in close with where he needs to be in order to get what he needs. So this is like a Black Joe. TNSU Joe.
oh
Puppet Master.
wow.
But
Puppet
yeah.
Master has been out and mastering.
Well, when I heard the title Black Monday, I thought it was gonna be about black people, so they got me off of that. But I guess that's what I get.
Oh, dag!
But,
I had
essentially-
something
I mean, it is
that
a-
said
a
something
full
about
black
why it was
cast.
called Black Monday. I had something. Keep on talking.
Because it's stock terms, right?
Yeah, it was.
Black
It was.
and
It really
red
broke
and-
it down. Oh, I don't
The
know if it
colors
said all that.
mean certain things, and yeah, but So, anyway, as we see, we have Mo, who is basically a self-made millionaire. He's amazing at trading, and he does it like very unconventionally. And his trading group is number 11, as we discussed. And I think him and Dawn were together, right? Previously, had to be
Work together.
like
Oh,
the
wait.
exes.
I don't know if they actually work together, but there's definitely chemistry
Yeah,
there.
there's something there.
Because how long has she been with Kadeem?
Oh
I
yeah,
don't
right.
know.
Yeah.
He's a neurosurgeon, which I thought was really cool. Because that's not always some job that they just give anybody. Like,
Right.
Especially back then, I think it
Yeah.
had more. Well, not more than today because it's the same work, but
Had more weight.
exactly because we are allowed more jobs now.
That's true. And then he said the funniest joke. He was like, "How's neurosurgery or whatever?" He was like, "It's boring. You get it because you bore into." And I was
Yes,
like,
yes.
"Oh my god, it's so funny." I mean, for this to be a comedy, I didn't laugh that much. I really didn't. Like, I laughed at that, but again,
Oh, see, yeah.
it's all about your personality and what you like. Like Candace clearly says she likes a trashy show.
Right.
I didn't particularly like it, but certain moments were funny. I laughed, and certain times I feel like they was just trying too hard. Like, okay,
Yeah, yeah.
all right. Like that whole when Mo walked in to talk to the brothers, because basically
And that kick.
Mo wants to become the most, like, the biggest name on Wall Street and take over all of the money and show all of the white boys that his firm, his trading group is the best. And we see him go after this one stock that nobody else has gone after. He thinks that he's going to be able to do it and it's going to be successful. And he thinks that he's going to make a deal to take advantage of people when it turns out they let him make the deal to take advantage of him. And we hear about how he got this stock that apparently is.
But I think that they don't realize that he has a
they
greater
don't.
plan
They
to
definitely
it.
don't know.
So it's a play on the play.
Yes.
And they play themselves.
So, well, we don't know
Hopefully.
yet because the play ain't come into fruition yet. But
Somebody gonna die though.
Definitely.
Gotta.
And we see that they get the pen from.
It's a lot. Well, we don't know.
Well, I saw it. Well, they might have took it, huh?
If it's Blair.
Oh yeah, that's. Oh yeah, because we didn't see.
It's
that.
a lot of
I saw Black
foreshadowing.
Hand.
No. It's a lot of foreshadowing. Which
And I saw
really
his
like.
watch. I saw Dawn's watch, but Blair's
And
green
you saw that
thing.
they fell through the Lambo limo.
Yes.
So it affected all of them. But yeah, it was foreshadowing at the beginning, and that's what made me watch it. And then at the end, I was like, "Oh, this is a whirlwind." But so they set it up where he's going in to try to take over Wall Street and make the biggest deal, and then he runs into Blair, and Blair's like this wide-eyed kid out of college, basically like, "I have a formula that's gonna do all of this.
Algorithm.
Like, my algorithm is gonna be a better trader than everybody on this floor. So y'all really want me." And we see him and Mo get into it instantly, and it's this whole situation with Coke on the floor, and I was like, I wish they would have used a different situation. Like, even if he would have stepped on his J's at that point, that would have been more believable to me. But that whole Coke thing, I was like,
But nothing that wouldn't have.
But that wouldn't have got him
I
kicked
know,
out.
yeah, it wouldn't have gotten kicked out. I get it, but I'm saying like it was just so extreme. Like, okay,
Well, I just feel like the whole situation is set up because for his algorithm to be the greatest algorithm, it literally did not work in the time frame that it was given to work. So I want to know who said that it worked. I want to know who got his name out there.
Didn't it work at first? I thought it worked at first, but then.
And
But what
also,
I'm saying is
Mo coulda set him
ultimately
up.
it didn't work.
But I think Mo could set him up.
That's what I'm saying.
That's my point though. Like
I think he
feel
had
like
all
it's
that
a
planned
setup.
out.
That's what I'm talking. That's
what
what I just said. I feel like from the very beginning, it was all a setup just to get him there. Like even getting his name out, like it don't take much because we see on the floor how much they believed him by just saying he bumped into me and he had all this coke all over him.
And
like
people was lying. Like, I saw he tried to sell it to me last week. I was like,
so that's
oh my
what I'm
God.
saying. All the influence that he had, I feel like he literally set this entire thing up. That's just my feelings. I want to see. Also, another thing that I was saying to Trinice is that it said 365 and then it went down to 364. So I want to know, is this going to speed up or are we going to come back and Tiffany's still going to be pregnant and insecure?
Wow. Show jump. I read something and one of the creators was saying that they don't like to watch a show where you don't get a conclusion at the end. So that gave me hope that they're not going to drag this out. I mean, if they get renewed for another season.
Which end did they talk about?
Oh yeah, they've been talking about that too. If it's even going to get renewed.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think it's trying to tackle so much, and it's
in
not
a short
doing
period of
it
time.
well.
Is it? It's only like what, 10 episodes in this
I don't even know how many got okay for,
It's
but
only 355.
I feel like it's not.
We just don't know how it's gonna come together. Like
I said, the last
maybe
part
the
was
second
great.
episode to help us.
I'm fine with the last part, but all of that in between, I could have skipped it. Like basically just.
But I guess they had to show you the whole lead up to everything so you could get the full understanding.
Because this is the thing. Had you not seen that,
right,
the mastermind behind the end would not have meant the same to you.
And I get it. I understand that. I'm just saying that I feel like a more succinct way for them to do that. And I just was like, the whole time I started like, okay. And then it went like this.
Just like the stock market.
Up. Yeah. Oh, they got me crashing.
Yep.
Great. But I don't know. Me personally, I'm not really excited about it. I do want to know what happened because, like she said, you want to know. You don't start a story and not finish it. But I'm not like I have to tune in and see what happens to this character, or I'm connected to this experience.
Right. It's like one of them shows, like when it's a movie out that you be like, you know what? I could wait till this gets to television.
Yeah.
Instead of going to go see it in the movie
Watch this
theater.
on
So it's almost like
you want to know, but you don't have that.
I'll just wait till all of it comes out, and then I'll just go watch it. It's like one of them type of shows.
That's how I feel.
But not for Candace, because Candace really likes it. So.
Yeah, and I mean, this is why we have to talk. We all have different perspectives.
Yeah, and I said by the second episode, sometimes for me, shows usually win me over about the second or third episode.
The second season.
Yeah, this is true. But so speaking of that, they were talking about even if this is going to have a second season. Now, what I do want to say to our listeners is, we're always talking about we need TV. So give it a chance. I'm all for the rah-rah. Just kumbaya. Come on, give them a
I don't even know what
chance.
that means.
Give them a chance and support. So we can see what it's all about first before we slam it. Is all I'm saying.
But I mean, it definitely, like I said, if it's done nothing else, it made me interested in learning about the stock market. I learned about Mayor Barry and just respecting the style and the time. And then like they had that whole sexual tension between Mo and Dawn. I'm like, I want to know about that.
Mm-hmm. He didn't even go to his own party that
I
he
know,
had been
like, you've been
pumped
talking about it
the
all this
whole
time.
time. Yes.
But as we get back to what happened, the plot. So Candace said it, and I'm just reiterating. So we see as the episode goes on, we see how Mo has all of the stuff that he's bringing together, and then at the end we see there's actually a plan. So it just seems like he's just being reckless and outrageous, and then at the end we see that he has a plan for everything he does. And Blair, that had just come in, is basically he blackballs him the day that he interviews, so he can't get a job anywhere else. And I was like, why would
what he say? He was like, whoever hires him,
I'm gonna be on the other side if y'all trade for the rest of. I was like, dang,
nobody better not ever.
And
hire
so
him.
nobody wants to hire him because Mo has influence,
right?
And so he goes to the interview optimistic, like these people want me, and he leaves and he said he had 3 offers and then he went to 0.
Yep.
And another funny part was he had the phone and he was like, I'm walking and talking right now.
Yes,
Can you believe that?
I had one of those.
That big
huge cell phone. Oh my God. And I just knew that I was the joint. And then after that I got a Nokia.
Yeah, that's right.
I got one of those and I thought I was even better.
Somebody had a flip phone the other day and I was like, wow.
And I mean, yeah. I mean, they were so big. Like I can't even remember how I carried it around. But it was like
probably in a backpack.
But it was like one of the best things. Like when you had a phone, it was like people knew that you was something. But I was nothing.
Yeah, that's because she was wearing color contacts. Boom, roasted.
That's all right. I loved it though. It was gray.
Girl,
it was like a
putting
grayish
stuff in
taupe
her.
color. It was a grayish taupe color.
Yeah, the colors were ugly too.
Yeah, they were.
Hideous.
They were.
Wasn't it just like one general color?
Yeah, basic prison color.
Mm-hmm.
But
no, because they had darker ones.
I thought they had black
I
or
was
that
gonna say black
other
one.
eggshell looking one.
Yeah.
But so at the end we see that Blair is engaged to Georgina Harris, and that's the stock that he purchased. And so basically Mo is going to use him and try to get the stock, but we don't know how that's going to go because this Georgina girl is crazy.
So you need to go back a little bit. So, yeah, she is very crazy. So Mo went into Mo
can't take no weak man home to her family.
That
yeah,
is true.
definitely.
That's true.
So Mo went into the meeting with the brothers, and the brothers wanted to act like they had one up on him because they tried to act like what? Oh, they tried to act like I thought you was trying to say something. You always say I'm cutting you off. They tried to act like they had one up on him because they were like, ha ha ha, like in your face, this stock, you're never gonna get it, basically type of thing. It's no good.
Never gonna get it.
And like you said, Mo already had the plan, so he went in making them think that he didn't know anything, which I thought was the best because I love when we get the upper hand. So. I do. Women, men, I just do. So he went in there, like chasing them down. Yeah. So,
be clear.
So we go in there. So he goes in there like, what? What you mean? And walk out like he's devastated. Like that because they told him you're never going to get the shares or whatever, and he walks out like he's so devastated or whatever. And like you said, in the whole thing, he already had it planned out that, haha, fools. I got this for this price because I know that he thinks that it's going to be worth so much more because he has the end. So, which is Blair, which is
the Georgina,
fiance. Yeah.
Married into the family.
But yeah, she's totally just horsed him. Like she slapped the mess out of him. Like when he came home and told her that he had lost the job.
He obviously liked it.
Yeah.
I think
you thought straight.
Yeah, I thought people be getting into it. Like he was like, and I just was like.
But I mean, even when she was grabbing his
balls,
his nutsack,
the whole thing.
Yeah.
She grabbed the whole thing.
He was these kahunas.
You sure you don't want to
the whole
just
thing?
Go ahead and do something right
now.
now.
Get rid of him right there. If the whole thing could just fit in your hand, get rid of him. M&M's.
She's a white woman.
Oh, right. Sorry.
God. That's y'all are so ignorant sometimes.
What is ignorant? Which thing is that?
That's sexual.
All right, you guys.
I don't want to hear about no motion in the
I knew
ocean
you was
either.
gonna say that. I knew you was gonna say.
Because if you don't have the proper boat, the motion in the ocean will kill you. Just so we clear. That's just factual. But I'm at that point. I'm just, my hand is out like, ugh. I don't know. She just seemed like so.
She seems very spoiled to me. Like,
I mean,
like if she can't get her way, it's
because
like
she is. She loaded.
Well,
And when she was
I
sniffing
was
that
going to
coke
say
off
their
his
apartment.
clothes,
Oh no,
I
that was
like,
a mess.
oh my God. She was like, what is this? She's like, I think it's coke. Oh. I was like, oh my God. Chill.
She probably used to do coke when they
Probably
closed
did.
deals with the
Yeah.
family.
Oh,
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Celebratory coke. Duh. Don't send us any of that.
Please don't.
And so
Not
when
coke, at least.
I think, well, Mo had to break Blair down to make him think that all you can do is me, because this wouldn't have worked if that algorithm had worked. Blair would be like, okay, because he came in with the intent to show Mo up,
Right.
Like, you ruined my life, I'm gonna ruin your
I
life.
feel like that money went right back to Mo for some reason.
It was a game. I know
Yeah,
it was a
yeah.
game because he was just
Totally.
like, here, and I'm gonna take your Honda. I was like, oh my
Yeah,
God,
Honda, don't take the man's Honda. I was just like,
To piss in
to
his-
piss in it. And so he had to, one, ruin every connection that he had, every opportunity to go anywhere else, and then two, make him think that his algorithm wasn't what it was, and so that way he can be on his team, because he's like, this is the only option you have. You have
Right.
no other option. I'm offering you a job. You about to propose to this girl, so literally he's playing him into a corner.
Yeah, and he told him, he said, go home and propose to her. Because he was like, where's the ring or whatever? And he's like, I'm not even going to give it to her. He was like, no, go home.
Yeah, because he wanted
and
his plan
propose
to
to her.
happen on time.
Yeah.
And does Dawn know about the plan?
I don't
'Cause I know she was wilding him out
I think
about how
she
much
might
money
know
she
certain
was-
parts of it, but I don't think she knows
The fullness?
Yeah. Because I'm almost positive that he lets her know. Because I feel like they had a friendship of like one of them real close, like you my boy, like we could go there, but we don't go there.
I don't know. I think they
Type
might
of
have.
thing,
I think
but
they
they
might have
could have
crossed that line.
possibly. They might have, but I just feel
'Cause
like
the
their
way he was looking at
tightness
her
is so
husband-
close. But have you ever had, like, I've had a friendship that's
what
like
made him
that.
go home.
That's
That
yeah,
is what
that
made him
is
go
what
home.
made him go home. But I
Shows
feel
more.
like, because I've had a friendship where I know that person liked me, but we were such good friends that I didn't want to ruin that friendship.
Had it, then they told me to get rid of it because they wasn't here for it. So,
Yep. Truth.
well, just can't always have it, guys.
What's going on here?
So I mean, so either
Sometimes
they,
romance does ruin friendships.
yes,
it does.
It does.
So it sucks, but that is the case, and people always be like,
Not always the case, people, but
yes, it's not always the case, but if it's not done, I guess if both parties aren't willing, I guess the other person just can't swallow their pride and be like, I put myself out there and
Yeah.
you treated me like trash, and
Yeah.
now I can't see.
and you
I
can't
think
go
also,
back. You can't go
I
back.
can't see you with somebody else in front of me all this time. I
and I
understand,
think that's kind of
guess.
what it is with them. Like now, I think he acts like he's cool with Kadeem, but he
He gonna
totally
cry in the
hates him.
car.
Totally
Definitely
hates
gonna
him.
cry in the car.
He gonna go home and smoke some more coke.
He did.
Oh,
He
that's
literally did. And then she said, you throwing this big party, basically. I remember when we used to celebrate your birthday with an apple pie
Yes.
at churches. And when he went home, that's
He went to
exactly what he
church,
did.
yeah.
And I was
Yep.
like, he loves her.
That's
And we're going to have to wait to see.
We're gonna have
how
to wait to
this
see
develops
probably
over
till the
the
9th
season.
episode. Sorry.
But, I mean, as far as review of this right now, it's not giving me too much. If anything, it's right.
it's like
middle to low for
yeah,
me.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that as the story develops and as I see all the intricacies of what Mo's doing and understanding that he's a puppet master and a mastermind, that I'll grow to like it more. But that's just where I am.
And this show comes on Sundays, correct?
Yes,
Okay,
Sundays
because I don't think that we had mentioned that. It comes on Sundays, guys.
on Showtime.
Yes.
And it's only half an hour. It's only half an hour, so it's not too.
Which is another killer. I think
Is
it's
it?
got to be longer than a half an hour.
Let's see.
It definitely is. I just took my break to watch it at work.
You said you took your break. How long you got for a break? A whole hour?
Yeah, I did. So
Oh, that's so nice.
Oh,
That's so nice. I don't have a whole hour at work. You would think I did. I need a whole hour at work.
You don't need to work. But
You said I
Oh,
don't
what you
need
get
to
now?
work.
Oh,
I don't
roasted.
need to work.
this is what you get now. So congratulations. So,
Cause I be having to get back. But yeah, so y'all go ahead and y'all tune into this show. And like I said, I think we're gonna just give it some time. Don't quit on it. Give it some time and roll with it for a while. Cause I really like Dawn, and I hate to see good
I
people
do like
lose
Dawn.
jobs.
But she got so much going on, and she's coming out with Little, the movie.
Yes, I think it's gonna be hilarious.
With Marseille, Martin, Issa Rae.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be a lot of. I can't wait to see it. Honestly,
Yeah,
about to buy my ticket.
I love the
Meow.
fact, and I usually bring this up all the
How
time.
long?
I love the fact that she
35
is
minutes.
not
35.
Typecast. I love this. I
Yeah,
love that
'cause she
because
got
I've seen her in so many different things, and
She got an
I
award
respect
for
her.
some movie that I was like, I never even heard of. It was like something about a cafe and not a cafe, restaurant and like support the girls or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And she actually won an award for it.
Wow, that's awesome.
But I just feel like, Regina Hall. I feel like she has just been holding it down
mm-hmm.
in Black Hollywood for such a long time.
And now she just getting that recognition.
And she needs to. She needs to.
Yeah. I think both of the Virginias, actually.
Well,
if we want to talk about it.
Yes. King and Hall, yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Are doing it.
But
doing it
she
well.
won the New York Film Critics Circle Award for Best Actress.
Oh.
So
You go, girl. Bravo.
So yeah, she, and she's from DC.
Encore. Yes, honey.
Okay, do that. Come see us when you in town. 'Cause I know you got family in DC.
She looks good for her age. Wow.
Yeah, she does. Regina does look great.
Wow.
But yeah, so I like the actors and actresses. I already said, you clearly feel differently.
Oh yeah, because we've been voicing our
Give it a
opinion.
mid
Yeah,
to high,
could you
or
give
like
it? Yeah.
middle,
How do
what?
you rate it?
I love it. I think it's a great show. So
So yeah, so I guess you all will have to, see how you all feel about it. Because like we said, maybe in a couple of weeks or so, we'll probably change our whole opinion. It might go to Candace saying, "Ugh, I hate this," and us saying, "Girl, what's wrong with you?" Type of thing. But or all of us may like it. That's the sole purpose of this show.
Way this will get on my nerves is if they How to Get Away with Murder Me and take forever to get to certain levels or certain things.
She did say that.
So, I mean, I feel like this one episode, they showed us a little and then they showed us a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So if they continue to do that, but they show us a good amount of progression, then I'll be okay with the show.
Do you think
I
this
just
is one
don't
of them
like
shows that's going to do it at the end?
episodes to give me a foundation. What'd you
Oh,
say?
and that's what I said. That's what I just said that. I was like, I think that it may take them like a certain amount of time, like about 5. I said, what I say, 9 episodes to probably find out if him and old girl even had a relationship.
Oh yeah, she did.
I mean,
but I feel
that's not one
like,
of the
do you
biggest
feel
things
like
on my
that all
list.
these episodes are
Who's
going to
dead?
wait till the last
Yeah,
end?
who's dead?
Do you feel like that? Like it's going to be one of those shows that wait till like the last 5 minutes or last 3 minutes and give you this
I just feel
to
like
try to keep you hanging on.
I don't know, but I don't think that will be smart because then it's just like this. It's
Then I feel like I
it's
should
repetitive.
I feel like I would just watch it just for the last.
I mean, but sometimes when it comes to a format of the show, you look forward to it. Like we are so used to that from TGIT. Shonda does it all the time.
But I think that while she did start doing that definitely in the beginning, and she did that, I would say throughout the whole Scandal. I feel like the whole series Scandal. I feel like with other shows, she gives us a lot of action, and then yes, at the end something is dramatic. With this show, there was not. Okay, so with Shonda, along with the action comes a lot of emotion, like, oh my gosh,
yeah.
get off the commercial. Whereas this, it did not have commercials, but still, it was just like, while it was a lot of information throughout that time, with a lot of things that happened, it wasn't very heightened. And then at the end, it was like, shout out to Sterling. Is it K. Brown?
Yes.
Yeah.
Shout out to Sterling K. Brown, aka Randall Pearson. Yes. So I feel like to continue to do that, it leads lazy people like herself to just watch the end of the show.
That's true.
And
Yeah.
people like you to like to skip through stuff.
I was gonna say I would never do that because I told you I'm
would.
too nosy.
I
I want
definitely
to, because
would.
then I would be rewind. I would waste my time because I would be rewinding back. Like, why did that happen? Why did it? Yeah. So I wouldn't.
I would
I
just
would
watch the
never.
end and then read what happened at the
Oh,
beginning.
yeah. You're one of those people.
Yeah, because if I could find out, like, just get to the point. Just get to the point.
Oh my
But
And I
that's
do get it.
It's a show, though.
And I feel like with this, yeah, it is a show. I feel like you said, I think if they do change up that format, it might help. But like, I just felt like it dragged for so long, and then it just hit me. And so if I start it and I'm used to that, it's gonna be like doing
But
chores.
I don't even think
gonna
that it
feel like you can go wash some
necessarily-
dishes.
that it dragged per se. I think that things may have been too raunchy for your liking. You were like, I could have did without this. I could have did without this.
Yes.
I could have did without this. It's kind of like when you listening to a CD. She hates Future's new CD, by the way.
I hate.
Um,
Yes, I do. I
this-
hate it.
We are not music critics.
I'm just saying, I hate it because I just feel like he is so dry on this. I don't have anything that I could twerk to. It's just
Exactly. So this is the same thing with the show.
Yes,
it's
it is.
like skip, skip, skip. Oh, I could dance to this song. I listen to this one. Skip, skip, skip.
legit.
Oh, this last one was a banger, and that's how you feel about this show, which I feel like for you makes it seem like it's dragging out.
Yeah.
But so much honestly did happen. Like when we literally break down everything that happened, we needed to see all
Yeah,
of those
you
steps.
did. We did.
And then because if you would have just watched the end, you've been like,
How did it get there?
what did any of that happen for?
Right.
So even though you kind of got the point of it, but not seeing him go back and forth with the brothers, not having the brothers break down. By the brothers, I'm talking about the Lehman twins, I believe their name is. Not having them, break down how everything went in the past and why they're going through what they're going through, or why they let him play himself in the present of the show. All of that stuff, all of those facts were important. And then even just the guy sitting there and Blair sitting there trying to show off his algorithm, and I feel like while him getting a D on his back is very trashy, I think it just plays to the overall of the show. Like that's what happened. Somebody put their ball sack on his back and play with him, and now he's working for them. Like that is
His initiation.
not even. No, I'm not saying it's his initiation. That is what is happening to him right now in that moment.
Oh, yeah. I get
This
what you're
is
saying.
what this show is about. It's about
Like, you are getting...
Getting nuts
Mo's
dragged
ball
on you?
sack. Exactly. He is dragging hard on him. Like,
He is
and
dragging
he's
on
at
him.
home snorting coke, playing with a robot, eating apple
Kyle.
pie, thinking about Dawn. So
And I mean, I agree. Everything that happened needed to happen. I'm saying the way that things are written, while it can be slow, or it takes time to develop. Let me not say
Yeah,
slow.
they
While it takes time to develop, there's a way to write it where I'm still interested. And I just feel like for me, I wasn't as interested as I have been in minute details in another show. Like, let's say like This Is Us. I never cared so much about a crock pot until This Is Us. And they literally wrote, like, they write every small detail, like, oh, we're going to talk about the Tuesday that they went and did this. Or the
Right.
And that stuff doesn't seem like it's dragging to me because of the way that it's written and the way
because
it's
they
presented.
have to know how to reach the audience that they're reaching.
Yeah, and
see,
I'm-
while
might
they
not be
hold you as an you're still an audience for them.
Yeah.
Because while they hold you because of the knowledge of it and the background information of it, the other people are also getting that same information, but because somebody's ball sack is out and somebody's getting slapped with a penis, then that holds like, yo, ha 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 ha, did you see that nigga put his
Right.
da, da, da.
Yeah.
That's
That
that
other
boys
stuff
club
holds
people.
that. And then we have like the females who, I mean, I'm not putting myself in a box, but the females who love to see other women grow, and they like, oh yeah, Regina, she one of the boys, da da da. That excites, that other group of people. So I feel like, while, like I said, for you, this is like, I'm skipping this song, I'm skipping this track on this album. If we are all in the car, this is something you may skip, but this is something that somebody else in the car might listen to, and it's like, I'll listen to it. All right, I kind of like it now. All right, you know what? I'm listening to the CD. Mm-hmm. And I think that's just how it's playing out. Like, it has a part, and it sets an atmosphere for a different type of person. Because I feel like while there are leading black cast members, there are also Caucasian people in here that will get Caucasians to watch it as well.
That is true.
Definitely.
And I think too, like just the topic gets Caucasians to
Yeah,
watch
yeah.
as
Exactly. So all of that plays a part. Like somebody is going to sit home and say, they feel like they really about to watch something
yeah,
that they're not.
They're definitely.
But then they're going to get hooked on the drama because that's what happens.
They're
Cause,
definitely playing
and-
to a lot of different facets.
Yeah,
of
Seth
people.
Rogen is a producer of this
And
show.
you know what I was just going to say? Now, he was not a producer of any of the stuff that I'm about to say. But this gives me, but it's the same kind of content. Like, this gives me, like Step Brothers, especially. We all remember the nuts on the drum set.
I love
the nuts on the drum set, the nutsack on the drums. So this gives me that and like Super Bad, but it gives it to me at like a cookout instead.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's like a black feel to it, but it's that same. It honestly gives me a little bit of that show that got canceled, and I believe that it was on Showtime.
That Jay Farrell show,
Yes,
White Famous,
Ugh.
and it got canceled.
I know it got canceled. That's why I said unfortunately. That's why I put my head down, and that's why I was a little sad about it.
Okay.
But it gives me that, but with a better content behind it.
And I feel like we get that when it's white people telling black stories. I feel like because when it's different nuances and small little intricacies when a black person tells a black story because we understand culturally what certain things mean. But I don't know. I didn't look at who the actual like the creators were, but I can probably bet that they're white, most likely. And just the way that it's written and how things are, like certain things that they play up, I'm like,
And then it's just the way your brain works.
yes, exactly. Like I said, this is how I feel about the show. This is my personal opinion. This is that. Not saying that it may not change because the episodes have the chance to convince me to like it or not to. And that's the point of watching a show, to determine. Like, it's so many shows that you don't have to choose this one.
Right.
But I also don't need to badmouth it. I can accept what's good about it, and I can say it's just not for me. I love the cast. I like the style. I like the setting. I like that they chose to deal with this topic, and I don't think I have seen yet a colored version of Wall Street. Like I said, this is probably the first time I've been exposed to that.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I like that exposure, but that doesn't mean that I have to like the show. So that's just
No
that.
doubt. No
But
doubt.
I'm gonna give it time to develop. We'll check back in when we talk about the mid season and everything, and we'll go forward from there. But I do wish much success to all of the phenomenal cast. They did get a great cast together.
They really did.
And I want to see what happens with this whole Georgina thing. Regardless of how I feel, I'm rooting for Mo.
Yeah.
See if he.
I'm hoping
gets it
that
done
he's
in
not the one.
365 days.
I'm hoping that he's not the
Not
one.
the
Because
Ty
it's just
Clip.
so shocking. Yeah, that he's not the
Well-
one. Because, I mean, even like I was saying, in the thing, it says Black Monday takes viewers back to October 1987, the worst stock market crash in history. To this day, no one knows who caused it until now. They say until now. I'm like, and then it says in this story how a group of outsiders took the Blue Bloods, old boys club of Wall Street, and end up crashing the whole world's largest financial system.
I know it makes sense. Oh, and I do like the way Showtime is changing up its logo and stuff to match the time. So like it looks like 80s and old and look like that old VHS look.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, I like that. It's because I like that time period and I like the look
Right,
of
right.
nostalgia and older things. But I think what's crazy is, and you reading that, is literally that once the black man gets to power, everything crashes.
Ah,
That's what I'm hearing. If that's what happens.
right.
But
Right.
I'm
Because
not
we're
sure.
not sure.
We don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
But
Because it
would
says
make
the Blue
sense.
Bloods, the old boys club, and the outsiders. So I'm guessing that we may be the outsiders. But we're looking forward to a conclusion so we can find out
Yes.
exactly what has happened. So it's not that we are dismissing this show. We're totally not. We're here for it all the way to the end because we see things through here, even if we don't like them.
They got 3 episodes for me.
So, I won over Candace. It took me a minute for, my show The Resident. And finally she was won over.
Guess where I'm at?
Because you didn't give it a chance. If
I
you
gave
give it
a
a chance,
chance. One.
if you give it a chance, I'm telling you. But however, we want to hear what you guys have to say about this show. You've heard the various different opinions about this show, but of course we would love to hear from our viewers because without you, we wouldn't be here. So email us at blackgirlbroadcast@gmail.com.
And follow us on social media on Instagram at blackgirl.broadcast_BGB, on Twitter at BLKGIL Broadcast, and on Facebook by searching Black Girl Broadcast.
And you already know you can search for us on YouTube and your favorite podcast sites by just searching for Black Girl Broadcast. We'll be there to
Entertain
just
and
give you the
educate.
real.
and that, the real, not the show.
Right. So until next time, what do I want to say about this? Like, maybe learn your history. Like,
I'm gonna say be black every Monday.
Every day.
every day. Right. I was gonna say every day.
Is it
honey.
play on the? Is it
I
play
know,
on
play on the show.
Okay, guys. All right. Be black every day.
You gotta be careful. White people will start having Black Monday. They be around here dressed in blackface.
Oh, right.
You
Sorry.
never know.
Be real every day. Be authentic every day.
Jesus Christ.
That's true. You see all these pictures that's coming out of people back in the day wearing blackface.
Yeah, no.
That whole
that's
school with that little boy that was staring down that older Native American gentleman.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
They was all in blackface.
And
They
they
was
was
All right, guys.
villainizing
So
him
we're gonna
there.
continue. We're gonna continue
Talk about
to
he got a
talk.
record.
We're gonna
I
continue to
cannot.
talk. So you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Peace.